Hey, what's up guys, this is TBC, aka the Programming Cuber, and today I have my first impressions on these three puzzles. So I got these about a week ago. I couldn't do an unboxing because I had people over, and apparently you guys like my unboxings according to the feedback on some of my previous videos. So yeah, I'll do more unboxings then. So anyway, let's just get started. I'm gonna start with this. This is the 2x2x3 from Chi. Now, to me this seems like a very weird decision for Chi to come out with a 2x2x3. It's something that no one asked for. I mean, not that anyone has to ask for it, but I don't know, it's just kind of weird for Chi to be spending time making a speed 2x2x3 when it's not really one of the events that a lot of people want to be a WCA event. For example, like megaminx and mirror blocks and stuff like that. A lot of people want those to be events, but 2x2x3 hadn't really heard of. But anyway, it's still kind of cool, I guess, and it is very good. It's turns really well and it's nice and fluid, and it is actually kind of fun to solve, I'm not gonna lie. Not something I'm gonna be doing that often, but it is kind of fun. It's very easy. It's either you can think of it as a very simple cuboid, or you can think of it as basically a square zero, which is something that Daniel Karnock pointed out, which I didn't actually notice until he pointed it out. So yeah, it is very similar to a square zero. But yeah, it's extremely easy to solve. You do have to learn algs, quote, kind of. You basically use square one algs, but you know, you're kind of learning algs, I guess, but it's very easy. Before this, the only other 2x2x3 I knew of is the Z-cube one, which I have, and it's terrible. So this is an improvement, but again, very random. But yeah, I mean, it's good if you were looking for a 2x2x3, and this is definitely the one to get. Don't get the Z-cube one, that one is terrible. So the next cube I'm going to cover here is this. This is the San Juan Mars S 3x3. Nothing special. There's nothing I can talk about with it because there's nothing special about it. It performs very well. I mean, it's a good 3x3 and all. I believe it's another Moyu sub-brand. Corner cutting is good. Everything about it is good. I have like one complaint, which is that it's a bit unstable. It feels kind of like the middle is tighter than the outside, so it doesn't feel solid. It feels very floppy. But other than that, it performs well. I can't really say that much on it. There's just nothing setting it apart from any other 3x3, for example, like the GTS2. It just, I mean, in fact, I think the GTS2 is better just because it's more solid, but yeah, I don't know. I can't think of a specific market of people that would want this cube in particular over any of the other cubes out, so yeah, basically just your average modern speed cube, embodies the qualities that a modern speed cube should have, and that's about it. And finally, we have my favorite out of this bunch, the one I am super excited about, super excited to show you, the magnetic X-Man Galaxy sculpted megaminx. Now, it does come in other forms, it doesn't have to be the sculpted one, but I have the sculpted one because that's arguably the best. I mean, do I even have to say anything? Look at this time trend on CS Timer. That was over the course of probably 2 or 3 days, and I just love this megaminx. It's amazing. Now, disclaimer, I was not coming from another sculpted megaminx. My previous one was the flat X-Men Galaxy, which is a bit worse than the sculpted one. The sculpted one is definitely better than the flat, but the reason I was using a flat one is because of my weird color scheme, which I've now switched back to standard because of this megaminx. In terms of how the magnets improve this megaminx from what it was before, it definitely adds more stability. Now, I'm not saying that the Galaxy before wasn't stable, it was pretty stable, but with megaminxes in general, there's always a problem with turning extra layers that you didn't mean to turn, because you try to turn like these 2 layers, your fingers are kind of resting on top of a lot of other layers, and they tend to like to kind of turn around a lot. And the magnets really prevents that. Like, this cube is so stable, much more stable than any megaminx I've owned before. And that really allows me to improve because I was able to turn really quickly without being afraid that I was going to turn a bunch of other layers and then waste time trying to fix all of those. So it's definitely an improvement, I think. At least for me it is. And I know a lot of people that have also received this megaminx love the magnets inside of it. Now, it's not cheap. Of course it's not cheap. It's like $70 right now on the cubicle.us. And the reason it's that much money is because of the way this is made. Now, the mechanism for the Galaxy does not allow for magnets to be put in the same way they're put in on a regular old 3x3. So instead, holes have been drilled in all of these corners. As you can see, they all have a hole drilled so that a magnet can be put inside of it. And that is pretty amazing if you ask me. It's pretty awesome to have holes drilled into this megaminx just to have those magnets in. And let me tell you, the magnets, like I said, make a big difference. However, if you don't have the $70 to spare, which I know not a lot of people are going to have $70 to spare, it's definitely not necessary to get this. You can get the regular sculpted one, and that it's very close to being just as good. So, you know, all you need is that. But if you have the extra money to spare, this is definitely a very nice option, and it's a very cool thing to have and to own and to use. I'm not going to argue is it worth it or what. The price is down to the work put into it. It's not necessarily about the performance of it, so yeah, I'm not going to be talking about that. But again, if you have the $70 and you really like megaminx, this is, I would say, the best megaminx you can get right now. Absolutely the best megaminx you can buy. And yeah, so I mean, enough gushing over this megaminx. I love it so much because I've been improving so quickly on it, and megaminx is definitely starting to rise up to 3x3 in terms of my favorite events, and yeah, I just really love it. So awesome megaminx. Thank you so much to Chris Tran and to Mike McNeil for making this for me and for sending this out. It's absolutely incredible. And of course, thanks to the Cubicle for sending all 3 of these out. Really appreciate it, of course, really appreciate the support. And if you guys want to buy any of these 3 puzzles, you can check out the links in the description below. Buy them at thecubicle.us, and you can use discount code TPC to get 5% off your order. And also, while you're there, you can grab some TPC logos. They're also selling those, so you can also buy some of those. And yeah, so that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.